Welcome to Guelph by Wrestle Hut. I am Andrew Sennedra. This is the hippie man, Captain Witchfingers, and we decided to do something a little bit different today. We're talking about MLW's War Chamber. And after I watched it, I decided we should do a video on this because it was just a heavyweight slugfest in a small cage. So, and definitely want to talk to you guys about something new other than AEW. So let's talk about some War Chamber. It opened up really interesting right off the bat. You have Jacob Fatu, and then you have the surprise guy from Cesar Duran and his deal with Alex Hammerstone. Mr. Matanza Duran, Matanza Cueto actually, comes out. So we got Matanza, and then he reveals the mask. We know who he is. We always knew he was Jeff Cobb. So we got to see Jeff Cobb going up against Jacob Fatu, which is really interesting. I know you don't really know too much about Jacob Fatu, but you have these two guys that are heavier, athletic powerhouses going head to head right off the bat.
I was kind of disappointed that he unsuited, because I prefer the Matanza character over the Jeff Cobb, even though they're kind of the one and the same kind of thing. But I didn't quite know that was Jeff Cobb underneath of there.
Sure,
I thought maybe they got a new actor playing as Matanza, but it was Jeff Cobb. I was like, oh, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe they were just allowed to use it for that one little bit and said, "Don't wrestle as Matanza."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Take the clothes off. He's like, "All right."
It's funny to see the two bulls kind of clashing with the Matanza and Fatu going at it, like two bulls headbutting each other.
Oh yeah. And then they end up the one guy that come in, the Sentai Death Squad guy, he ends up coming in. He's like this huge tall guy. It was really sort of unexpected, and then the guys keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as they come in. It was ridiculous. You think you already got, you know Cobb and or you didn't know Cobb, but you had Fatu and Hammerstone, you had these big guys, but then there's all these other big dudes coming in that small cage. One thing I did sort of like, which I think some people might not, was the fact the cameraman was inside the ring. He's moving around, but it was a really close perspective, right? He's having to move around, the cord was in the ring.
I also noticed that the ref was in the ring too. He was trying to be hidden, and he's trying to get out of his way. Everybody's so huge. He's in the corner trying to.
It almost kind of made the match almost really unique in itself, having all this stuff that you had to maneuver around, doing your moves in such small quarters with so many big people. But yeah, then you get EJ Ndukwa come out. That dude was a freaking massive. I like that sort of all these guys got a little showcase that they were able to come in and each do. It wasn't just Fatu and Hammerstone got some sort of huge spotlight, even though Hammerstone won the match. It was just all these guys were able to get more of a spot in there. I guess Savio Vega had a little bit of a spot with his kendo stick.
He's a samurai
and stuff, but the one guy I thought that was really, I don't know if you say he stood out because he was so small, but he sort of stood out because he was small. It was Akira Kwan with all his kicks. I like these little cheap shots. He's a really good striker. I think he has a potential to be a very interesting part to MLW's roster.
Yeah, I thought it was unique where he's had all these cool strikes, and it's because everybody's so big, right? So you need to kind of differentiate from all these big monsters one after another.
Yeah, and then obviously, you got the Sentai Death Squad guy was huge. Then Nduku comes out. He's even bigger than Mads Kruger, which I wasn't sure, but he's actually bigger than him, which was...
Yeah, I was kind of shocked too. I was like, oh, the first guy's big. Oh, this guy's even bigger. Oh, that guy's even bigger. I'm like, oh, what? This guy's really round.
All the round Sentai Death Squad.
What is going on?
Yeah,
they're all heavier than the next.
And then, the ending was Alex Hammerstone. I like that it wasn't really so totally focused around him. He comes out, he gets his win, and it was set up.
Yeah, it's funny how Fatu squashed Kruger instead, and then that finish, I wasn't expecting. Oh, he won with a torture rack. Oh, that'll make Lex Luger proud. He's racking people.
And I like the ending that Jacob Fatu and Kruger going at it as a civil war. I didn't really expect something like that to happen, at least not this soon. It's sort of just, I knew there was a bit of rumblings and stuff the way it was going in the last couple of weeks of MLW, but it was sort of surprising to see it just launch out like that. But, maybe, I don't know if that's going to be a spin Fatu's going to go face or something, but I just thought that was a good sort of ending to the whole match and sort of added a bit of an extra twist to it.
I just thought it was funny at the end, because all the mask guys were like trying to calm him down, and they're all getting beaten up. I was like, why don't you guys run away? Just run away, or like do something, defend yourself.
I sort of thought it was interesting that Akira Kwan was getting in between, and then it shows, he's like, screw you, then I'm gonna boot. Like,
that was funny. That was funny.
He's like, the hell with you, fat. You like,
don't push me.
So that's our thoughts on MLW, our first video talking about MLW and War Chamber. Definitely a match you should check out. I can easily link that down to you guys in the description below because it's on their YouTube channel. I highly recommend it. It was a cool, fun match with lots of different things going on in close quarters. It was a really cool match. So check out some MLW and feel free to subscribe to us for whatever the hell it is we do. And until next time, folks, some heavy wrestling.